Hey guys, it's Abby from All of Pellinor, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 books that will self-destruct in a year. So I have completely stolen this idea. I will link Rebecca's channel down below, Becca in the Books. She's amazing, I love her, and not that long ago from filming this, she did the exact same video, her response to the one that she did a year ago, and I thought, you know what? I need to do that, because I have so many books on my TBR that I'm like, but what if I read it? So I haven't picked any books where I know that I'm going to love them and I'm just like putting it off for a weird reason. I've not picked any books that I have been gifted by anyone other than like certain family members that I know will be fine with it. And I haven't picked any books that Caitlin or Carrie want me to read because I'm not dealing with you, okay? I'll read them, alright? Good. So getting started, the first book that will burn up in a year is The Lie Tree by Frances Hardinger. This is a middle grade fantasy about a young girl who has a thirst for science and she finds her dad's disgraced notes and starts doing stuff. It sounds great, but I've owned this for like 4 years, and although it sounds like interesting, I just don't see myself picking it up. But part of me is like, oh, well what if you really enjoy it? Don't get rid of it. So that's why it's being burnt in a year. Then next up is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I've heard so many amazing things about Lauren Oliver, so when I spotted this when I was in a second-hand shop a few years ago now, I thought I should pick this up. It's a nice cover, it's a dystopian YA, let's go for it. However, this is a dystopian YA all about love. So like, the cure for love, so like no one can love, they're cured of it. And then obviously she like finds love, but I don't tend to enjoy like romance books, especially not YA. Like, so why did I pick this up? I don't know. But then also I'm like, but it's a YA dystopian, you'll like it, so. Next up was gifted to me by my wonderful friend Kane, who won't be watching, but like, I'm sorry dude. I still haven't read Three Sisters, Three Queens by Philippa Gregory. He got me this because I was like, oh my god, like I keep seeing her mentioned online. I saw it in Sainsbury's and I was like, oh, that's that woman. And he's like, oh, I'm going to treat you. I'm going to get you it. But I've heard that it's like a historical romance a lot of the time, I've heard. So I've been like hesitating on picking it up, combined with the fact that it is like over 500 pages. It's just been a very hesitant time. So this one either needs to be read or be gone. Next up we've got The Queen of the Tearling by Erika Johansen. This is a classic YA fantasy that I've seen, or is it an adult fantasy? And I don't know too much about this, to be honest. It sounds really interesting, like this sounds like something I could really get into, but I don't hear people talking about it that much now. In old videos yes, but not anymore, and I have so many other books. So then we've got Labyrinth by Kate Mosse. I actually have all 3 books, Labyrinth, Sepulchre and Citadel. They're all this big. They are all historical fictions, also mixed with some fantasy there, looking at, this one is in 12,009 as well as 2005. So there is a bit of fantasy mixed in with the historical fiction. This is the sort of thing I should love. But I've not picked it up, and I have 3 chunky books on my shelves from a series that I've not started. I at least need to read this one. Then we have Truth Sister by Phil Gilvin. I got this at the NYA Lit Fest that I went to back in, what, 2018? It was meant to be an ARC. I've not read it. This is kind of like a Handmaid's Tale-esque story of women trying to harness forgotten technologies from the time when men ruled the world. And there's like, yeah, that sort of thing. So I'm really hoping that I enjoy it, but for some reason I've had this for years on my shelves. I apparently have started it. I was 24 pages into it. Then we've got Aaru, Halls of Hell by David Meredith. I was sent this by the author themselves. They also sent me the first book, Aaru, separately. I enjoyed Aaru, I thought it was fun, but for some reason I've just never reached towards picking up the second book, and it takes up a lot of space on my shelves, and I don't know. I just kind of don't want it there, so I need to just sit and get through it. It's 400 pages. Yay. Then we've got A Stranger in the House by Shari Lapena. This was gifted to me by my aunt after she read it, and I haven't read it because I went off of thrillers for quite a long while. There was a time when I was reading loads of them, and then just in the past year or so I haven't touched a single thriller. I need to pick this up and read this. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I don't really know anything about it, which is fine because it's a thriller. But yeah, my aunt won't be mad if I just get rid of this, but I'd like to like kind of think about reading it and then like see how we go. Then we've got Girl Online going solo, and then also of course Girl Online on tour. I don't know which one's the first one. I think Girl Online on tour is the first one. Yes, it is. There we go. So this is the second book in the Girl Online series. I read the first one. It was like a basic, cute, fluffy, young YA contemporary. And then my mum got me the second one, and then I got the third one because I wanted them to match. But I've not read them because I don't like fluffy YA contemporary. And also, like, I'm not particularly keen on Sugg's ghostwriter. So basically, I just need to get rid of these, and I need someone to make me get rid of them. And that someone's going to be me. Because I'm not going to read them in the next year. But then I have to, like, force myself. And then the last book of the 10 is Smiler's Fair by Rebecca Levene. This is one that I picked up for 20p from a charity shop, and it's all about this carnival, the Great Moving Carnival, Smiler's Fair. It's an adult fantasy from what I can tell, and I've never heard anybody talk about it, but it sounds really interesting. But it's been on my shelves since 2017, 2016, so I need to pick this up. And this is it. I don't know how much you can see of it, but those are the 10 books that I need to read, or they're just getting chucked. Some of them, like, they're on there for different reasons. Some of them is just like, Abby, come on, pick them up. You need to read them. You can't justify keeping them this long without reading them. And some of them are, you need an excuse to get this off of your shelves. You need something to motivate you, and this will do it. That's why they're all on there. Have you read any of these? Do you think any of them are good and I should bump them up and like read them, or do you think that I should just not even bother with some of them? Let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know if you've ever done this, or if you've got a video, link me to it. I love seeing things like this, which is why I'm doing it. The pressure is real. In a year's time I'm gonna like shit myself at having to actually get rid of these books, but that's the point. That is the entire point. So let's see how much I fuck up in the next 12 months. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!